Let's be honest, hair loss is a super stressful topic, and it's filled with so much noise and so many impossible promises. So in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that. We are going to look at what's actually achievable when it comes to reversing hair loss, all based on expert insight. Let's dive in.
I mean, if you're here, you've probably had that sinking feeling. You see a little more hair in the shower drain, a little more in your brush, and that worry just starts to creep in. You're definitely not alone. The big question on everyone's mind is, can you really do anything about it? Well, the answer from the experts is a pretty clear yes. But, and this is a big but, it is all about setting the right expectations. And the good news? There's a solid, totally realistic goal that you can actually aim for. So what exactly is that goal? Well, experts have this really powerful way of framing it. Look, you can't get back the exact hair you had in high school, but what you can do is go back in time. And here's what that actually means. This right here, this is the magic number. The single most important takeaway is this. You can often turn back the clock on the hair loss that's happened in just the last 3 to 5 years. Just stop and picture your hair 3, maybe 5 years ago. That is the target. And it's not a fantasy, it's a real achievable goal. So this 3 to 5 year window is what experts call the rehabilitation zone. It's called that for a reason. During this period, those follicles that have kind of stopped producing hair, well, they're not gone forever. They're still salvageable. They're just dormant, waiting for a wake-up call. And, this isn't just some wishful thinking. There's a simple biological reason this whole thing works, and it all comes down to what's really happening with your hair follicles. You're probably thinking, wait a minute, how is that even possible? I mean, if a hair follicle has stopped growing hair, isn't it just gone? That seems like the logical conclusion, right? But it's not quite the full story. Here's the crucial detail. For those first few years, a follicle isn't actually dead. It's just dormant. The best way to think about it is like a plant in the dead of winter. It's not growing, sure, but it's still alive. It has all the potential to grow again once spring comes. That's the follicle we're targeting here. Okay, so knowing what's possible is a huge first step. But the other half of the puzzle, and this is just as important, is understanding the timeline. How long does this actually take? This is where patience really becomes your best friend. I really can't stress this enough. Reawakening those dormant follicles and seeing real new growth is a commitment. It's not a quick fix, it's a biological process, and it just doesn't happen overnight. It absolutely demands consistency. So, what does a long period really mean in practice? Well, the experts say you should expect to be consistent for about 12 to 18 months to achieve that go back in time result. We're talking a year to a year and a half of sticking with the right approach for you. And for some people, to really get the absolute best results possible within that 3 to 5 year reversal window, it might take even longer. We're talking up to 2 full years. Knowing this timeline is so important because it keeps you motivated and stops you from giving up way too early. All right, let's just hammer these key numbers home one more time because they are the foundation for a realistic plan. The goal? Reverse 3 to 5 years of hair loss. The timeline for typical results? 12 to 18 months. And for the maximum possible improvement? Maybe up to 24 months. It all really comes down to this single idea. This quote is the core message here. It's a statement of potential. It's not promising you the hair you had at 16, but it is an empowering and, most importantly, an achievable target. It helps transform that anxiety into a clear, actionable goal. So, we'll leave you with this thought. This whole journey starts with knowing what's realistically on the table. Now that you have the goal and you have the time frame, the question is no longer, can I do anything about this? The real question now is, what am I going to do next?